The silver maple is now in a little mini greenhouse. It was still very warm in Florida, so I'm protecting it from the cool air here in Georgia. We had some cold weather. It gets cool at night and in the morning. So those plants that do not like cold weather are in here. I have this is a night blooming jasmine. I cut it back because it got very tall, so I cut it back and put it in here. And the green pepper plant, strawberry. Excuse the airplane. I'm near the airport. Can't help it. So I threw some mulch on the top. Some of the roots were very high on the bark. And see this piece here? This is the original. This is the lead, what they call the lead branch. And the bag that it was in had a metal piece to hold the soil in for travel after you purchase. And it stayed on. No one removed it. So that actually killed the plant off. So I'm so happy that it kicked out these two new branches. And so we'll see how that grows, because now it's kind of a little lopsided. But as the other branches grow taller, stronger, they may take more of a lead position. Right now it's curved, as you can see. Not a healthy position to be in. But we'll see what happens. It's amazing that it's lived. It was taken to Florida. Actually, if you watched the previous video, you know it was purchased in Maryland by one sister. Another sister who was visiting did a road trip up to Maryland, picked them up for me, and on her way back she was supposed to drop them off in Georgia. And that was in 2023 October. Yeah. So I went to Florida, and lo and behold, she thought they had all died because it was 3, and this was the only one that survived. And she thought this one was a goner too, but when she looked while I was there, lo and behold, it's still struggling along. So that's the story. Now it's back here in Georgia. We flew back in a couple of days ago, and I immediately put it in a bigger pot, gave it some vitamins for the roots, covered the top with mulch to keep it a little warm, since it was so cold here. Well, not really cold, but in comparison to Florida, you know, it was a big temperature difference. So it should be happy right now. We'll see what happens. And back there, I cut down the moringa trees. I had 4 small little trees, cut them down, and with the roots being warm, it should spring back next spring. We'll see, because they don't like cold weather either. And there you have it, my little mini greenhouse. Threw this together yesterday, and it did stay warm. It's warm in there now compared to the outside. Someone said it keeps like a 10% difference in the temperature inside there, and I think they're right. I'll let that plane go over. And then over here is my tomato plant. It's looking really sad right now, of course, from the cold. So what I did is I cut some of the new growth off, put it in water, and I'm gonna root it, and then also over into that, put it inside. Well, I'll probably just let it sit in here. Yeah, I think I'll try that. Let it sit in the greenhouse also. See if we can get that to root, and then I'll have that same tomato plant for next season. Those tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, were so good. So good. So I'm hoping, I know this is not going to make it. And they say the next year, if you are able to keep the tomato plant over winter, the tomatoes aren't as good in the second year. So I'll probably cut it back. That's what I'll do. I'll cut it back and cover it with some more mulch. Try and protect, keep the roots warm. And then we'll have a comparison, see which does better. So we're gonna root that, and then next year put it in some soil. And I should have 3 new trees. Okay, end of this short video, because here comes another plane. I will be moving away from the airport.